Hi dear students, today we are going to study camera movements. See, how you move the camera is a sort of language, a way to communicate to audience apart from dialogue. So if you are an aspiring cinematographer or director, you know that the camera is your primary storytelling. So how you move the camera or how you frame a subject actually communicates intangible information to the audience. So when you sit down and think of your shots, you must think which and why this particular shot make perfect for the movement. By adding a variety of different camera moves into your shots, you can add a deeper sense of visual interest. So what is a camera movement? Camera movement is a powerful filmmaking tool employed to modify the relationship between the subject and the camera frame with the goal of altering viewers' perspective of space and time for a more impactful visual storytelling. The way a camera moves can give meaning to what is happening on screen. And what is a camera shot? A camera shot is composed of a series of frames that are shot uninterrupted from the moment the camera starts rolling until it stops. This we have already studied, so you can go to the previous lecture, you can watch. Camera shots are an essential aspect of filmmaking and video productions because by combining different types of shots, angles and camera movements, the filmmakers are able to emphasize specific emotions, ideas and movements for each scene. So shots are classified on the basis of level in framing them. And these are the different types of camera movements, starting with a static shot or fixed shot. So when there is no movement, that is locked camera aim, it is called a static shot. These camera shots actually emphasize the appearance and the movement of the subject against its environment and are predominantly captured by being placed on a tripod or a dolly that remains static during the shot. Static shots work well in every genre, but they are nice for comedy because the actor's performance and dialogue is often the focus. So what is a static or a fixed shot? Where there is no movement, of the camera. The camera will be placed in one place. This is an example for a fixed shot. This is another example for fixed shot. And second type of movement is dolly shot, or otherwise known as tracking shot. A dolly shot and a tracking shot have the same effect. A dolly shot is mounted on a trolley, which is a specialized push cart built to handle heavy cinema cameras to achieve the effect, and a tracking shot moves on tracks. So dolly shot, it will be mounted on a trolley, and the tracking shot moves on tracks. So this camera movement is used, both these dolly and tracking shot movement is used in a number of ways, but is most commonly used to explore a room such as a restaurant. By using a tracking shot or a dolly shot, the composer of a film gives the viewer a detailed tour of a situation. And this is the example for tracking shot. You can see it is mounted. See the definition: tracking shot moves on tracks. So this is the track and the camera is placed on the track. More example again. So example for tracking shot. And this is the example for Dolly Shot. One more example for Dolly Shot. Next type of movement is zoom lens shot. Zoom shots are camera shots that change the focal length of the lens during the shot. Camera lens is adjusted to give the illusion of moving closer or further away from the subject. Zoom shots are done with a zoom lens. The most typical camera zoom types are the zoom in and zoom out. But it can also be combined with a dolly shot to create a dolly zoom. And why zoom shot? So what is the necessity? Whether the scene demands zoom shot. Zoom shot is used to draw attention to a specific detail in the shot. So if a specific detail has to be given to a particular shot, you can go for a zoom shot. And when you want to give a character power or to emphasize a dramatic moment, zoom shots are preferable. This is an example. You can see another example for zoom shot. So as we discussed, there are zoom in and zoom out by adjusting the zoom lens. And next type of movement is pan shot. This is a camera pan is horizontal movement in which the camera moves right to left from a central axis. So, taken from the word panorama, the physical position of the camera itself does not move. Instead, the panning refers to the swiveling left to right mounted on a fixed location. The pan shot corresponds to the movement of our head, expressing our disagreement or saying no. So, of course, a pan can also be combined with different camera movements such as dolly shots or tracking shots. So, see, pan shot corresponds to the movement of our head, expressing our disagreement or saying no. How do we say no? So, when we say no, we move our head from, right to left. Like this, we move. So, camera movement will be from right to left. When to use camera panning? That is, camera panning can be used to establish location of scene or to track movement or, otherwise to elevate tension in a scene. We'll show you an example for this pan shot. See this one example. It is, moving from right to left this way. And this is also another example for panning shot. So, moving this way, right to left or left to right. Next is tilt shot. A tilt shot uses a cinematographic technique called tilting, in which the camera stays fixed but rotates up and down on a vertical plane. Tilting shots correspond to the movement of our head expressing agreement or saying yes. You must learn the differences here. Pan shot, expressing our disagreement or saying no. So, movement is from right to left. This is pan shot, right to left. Saying yes, like saying yes. And tilt is on a vertical plane. So expressing agreement, how do we express our agreement, or how do we say no? We will nod our head like this. So when we say no, we will nod our head like this. For S, we nod our head on a vertical position. So that is tilt shot. Tilt shot uses a cinematographic technique. That is, camera stays fixed but rotates up and down and on a vertical plane. This is different than the panning of a camera, which also sits on a fixed but moves left to right. So this is panning. The example for tilt shot. So how do we say S? Like this. And next is candid shot. A candid shot or oblique shot is often described as a variation of this sort. And this candid shot is also known as Dutch angle or German angle. So what is this candid shot? Is otherwise known as Dutch angle or German angle. In such a shot, the camera angle is deliberately slanted. It will be deliberately slanted by the cameraman to create a desired effect. Deliberately slanted to one side to effect a distortion of the perfect horizontally straight rectangular frame. The camera is tilted literally so that the horizon is not level and vertical lines run diagonally across the frame. Candid shots have the effect of rotating the customary film image on its axis. Such shots can create spatial imbalance or disorientation so as to convey a sense of dramatic tension, confusion, madness, intoxication, or psychological imbalance. So to show these, things, cameraman will use candid shot. So I'll show you an example. This is an example for candid shot. See, in such a shot, the camera angle is deliberately slanted to one side to effect a distortion. The camera angle is deliberately slanted to one side to create an effect. The example, this is an example, another example for candid shot. And this is all for the day. I hope you have understood camera movements. Thank you. See you next class.